The Community Wellbeing Show, at the heart of Boothtown, Shelf and Mixenden. The show that informs, involves and empowers the community.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Community Wellbeing Show. It's been a while since we've had an episode, so we've got some amazing ladies here from the Shelf community, Catherine, Susan and Chaya. Hello.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hi. So today we're just going to have some updates about what's been going on. You've all been busy in Shelf, making the well-being of people better, and you've got an event coming up, Catherine.
We have, yeah. Friday the 10th of October at Coley Church Hall, and it's between 10:30 and approximately 3:30, depending on how it goes. We've got lots of different people coming to speak. We've got it's a free event. We've got free lunch for everybody. There's tea, coffee, cakes. We've got handmade blankets to sell that we've all been working on very hard to make. And there's a free health check stall being run by the Bluebird Care Company. There's a baked goods stall run by the Millbank School. And then there's hand massages from Kathy Ritchie, who is a member of the Shelf Wellbeing Group. And all the proceeds from these events will be given to Shelf in Bloom, which I'll tell you about in a bit. So we've got quite a busy schedule, which we've been putting on the Facebook group, the Shelf Wellbeing Community Association Facebook group. If anybody wants to go and have a look, we will be giving out programs on the day. But basically, it kicks off with a taster session of, it's called Love to Move, which is an seated exercise session that helps develop new neurological pathways. Now, if that sounds a bit sort of, what's that about? It's about, as we get older, the neurons die. Is that right, Dr Ahmed? And by maintaining the health of your brain, you can, by doing these exercises, you can actually develop these neurological pathways again. So if you're recovering from a stroke, or you've been diagnosed with dementia, or you're just getting a bit older, or you just want to join in, I mean, I think it's good for young people as well who've got neurological problems, perhaps, like ADHD and that sort of thing. So it's good for everybody, and more than anything, it's fun, isn't it, Chaya?
It definitely is. It gets you going because you're thinking with your brain as well as your movements on your hands and feet.
Yeah. So we have a really good time. It includes a bit of singing and a bit of movement, and then, like I say, all these other exercises. And then we've got Staying Well, the Witchfield Grange Choir, who are going to come along and sing to us. We've got the Shelf Wellbeing Community Service Award presented by Dr Ahmed. That's just before our lunch. We've got the Friends of Shelf Hall Park, who are coming to say what they're doing in the park. We've got the Dementia Hub and Age UK from Central Halifax, who deal with the whole of Calderdale. They're going to do a presentation, and also the Site Support Calderdale, which used to be the Halifax Royal Society for the Blind. They've been renamed. We've got the Signing Choir, which I'm really chuffed that we've got a lot of that we can include people with disabilities in this event, because quite often they're excluded because of the access or whatever, transport or whatever. But this time we've got the signing choir, which is the deaf choir, and we've also got Accessible Calderdale, who are coming to do a presentation as well, and they champion disabilities and access really in the areas, so they'll be there. Then we've got Home Instead, which is a care company, but they do home visits to people. They will on a one-to-one. It isn't just about going and doing the washing up or whatever. It's about being company for that person. So if that person wants to go out and go to the shops or go for a coffee or just sit and chat, they can do. And then we've got New Ground presentation, which it sounds a bit ignorant of me, I'm sorry, but I think it is they deal with things like helping you with your winter bills and things like that. Then we've got North Halifax Primary Care Network, which can you tell us about them, Dr. Ahmed?
Yeah. So North Halifax Primary Care Network is the group of GP surgeries that operate in North Halifax, including us at Shelf, Woodside, Boothtown. We've got Keithley Road, Beechwood, and there's another one I forget now. But these are all North Halifax surgeries. So what they do is they pool their resources, things like mental health services, physio, podiatry, pharmacists, various services that come together, and in a central hub in Mixenden, they provide these services. So we work together as a bigger group of surgeries rather than individually, and provide services locally rather than having to go to the hospital to get those services. So it's been around for a couple of years, started just before COVID. I'll put a link into the description as well for people to find out more. They've got a website, their own social media, and basically they're an extension of your own GP surgery, a wider network.
Brilliant. Then we're going to give some time for socialisation and feedback, and if anybody wants to visit any of the stalls, that sort of thing. And what we're planning to do for the feedback is we've got some cardboard hearts, and we want people to write on the hearts about what they thought of the day, and we're going to put them on the Bethel Christmas tree this year, because every year every year Bethel,
great idea.
Yeah. It's Bethel Chapel do a Christmas tree festival every year, and so this year we're going to put the feedback on, but I'm not going to put any negative feedback on.
I'm sure there won't be any.
Yeah. And also, the other thing that I said I would come back to later is we're going to do knitted flowers as well for the Shelf in Bloom and hang them on the tree as well. And all the proceeds from that will also go to the Shelf in Bloom event. So,
brilliant.
Yeah. So I don't know if somebody else wants to talk about the Shelf in Bloom event, because you'll be sick of hearing my voice, won't you? So.
I don't think so, Catherine. As chair, I think it's your fantastic idea, I have to say. It's a brilliant idea. I'm sure everybody will get involved.
I hope so.
I think they will, because I think once we've there's a lot of people on that meeting we initially started that were interested in it. So I think it can only grow from there, because they are all enthusiastic and they are involved in it and they want to do something for the community.
Yeah, well, I hope so. The idea is that we're going to make Shelf a brighter, happier place for the months of sort of June, July, August, when the flowers mostly bloom, the brighter flowers. But it involves tidying up Shelf as well. So there's things like broken down benches and weeds at the side of the pavements and things like that people have volunteered to clear up and fix, and all the rest of it. And unwanted, disused sort of spaces that just look untidy, and we're going to brighten them up. And the people who can't garden or don't have a garden, or we're going to use the knitted and crafted things to put inside windows or just decorate shelf basically, and make it nice. And so far we've got a lot of the different agencies in Shelf that are interested, so that's good.
I'm sure the businesses will be as well, because they've got a big part to play in the village, haven't they? And having businesses take part will be a big advantage for them, obviously, because they're going to be bringing people in and seeing their lovely displays. And as we said, if we can get bunting out, if people can't decorate, we could put bunting out, we could put things on doors, little reeds on doors. There's lots of things we can do with it to make it grow, really, isn't there?
Yeah. So that we started planning for that already, because obviously it takes a lot of work. We've got Chaya planting seeds and growing plants already, and different people are doing that, collecting plant pots and all this business. So we've started doing that, and we will be having regular meetings that we will be advertising as we go along. And then, do you want to say a bit about what we've been doing recently, Chaya?
Well, with Sheila, one of the colleagues who's done it really nicely, patchwork sewing things like the blankets, placemats, bags, toiletry bags, and she'd done a marvelous job. So we've sold a lot on the night we did the first meeting, and I went to yesterday. Bethel Chapel had a flu clinic for 400 people, so I did a stall there, and it was really, really good. But I've got a lot of feedback to say they really enjoyed that. So
well done,
to do a lot of stuff. So anything we can do, blankets or anything, we'll try to sell them to get the funds going into our Self in Bloom budget. And anybody can knit, we'd appreciate. Anybody can knit or help out or anything, we would appreciate all that.
So, Catherine, you started a couple of years ago, just a group of you, and look where you are now. And it's amazing to see all these different projects that you're doing. And it tells you what happens when people come together. And it's absolutely inspiring. So you're doing so much for Shelf, and I hope the people out there can see that and come to this event on the 10th, Friday, the 10th, this Friday coming, if people are watching it in the next couple of days. So tell me what else is going on. I know there's a book club that you have, regular sort of book club, and you do the coffee morning, obviously once a month as well at Shelf Surgery. Tell us more on how can people get involved, because there's something for everyone here, isn't there, really?
Yeah, we do have a notice board in the village. So if they're not on the internet, which I suppose they won't be watching this if they're not on the internet, but we do try and communicate by putting posters in the surgery, and we put posters on the notice boards, and depending on what is happening, we also put them in the pharmacy as well. We've just developed a newsletter this week, which we will be giving out at the event, and I'd like to think that we can start and distribute that on a more regular basis, so that people are more aware of what we do. But we quite often go down to Witchfield Grange, because they've got a lovely community lounge, and the people there they can't get out and about as easily as a lot of people. So we go down there, and we've done things like fish and chip lunches. At the moment, that's where they love to move. Exercise classes are once a week. That's on a Thursday afternoon. We do advertise regularly on Facebook, but it just on next door Shelf. But it's just getting the word out to people. It's very difficult doing the advertising to reach the right people. Yeah, but we're trying. We're getting there, and it's word of mouth now. So yeah.
The notice board are very accessible, because they are next to the bus stop as well, near the Shelf what used to be South Village Hall, so it is there, and there's one going down onto the Green Lane area as well. So they are accessible. It's just letting people, if people are watching online, please let people know that they can access it. If they don't have online, they can have a look at that boards to have what we've got going on.
Yeah. And we also advertise weekly on the Friday flyer, which is sent out by North Halifax Partnership. Yeah, they're the people who've kindly given us the Community Ward Forum grant to run this event next Friday. And Staying Well, we work with them as well. They advertise for us, and they are topping up any funding. So, thank you to them as well, because, we are a small volunteer group, and without this funding, we wouldn't be able to do it, basically. So, yeah.
And Susan, you've been doing all community work in Shelf for years and years. And what do you think about this wellbeing group, and what's it brought to the community?
We used to have a Shelf and District Community Group many years ago, and we raised funds for some work in the park. But unfortunately, it didn't get a lot of support, and it failed in the end, which was a big shame, really. We couldn't get grants because they thought that Shelf was too posh, if you like. But I think when Catherine sort of floated the idea of the Wellbeing Group, it started out, I think, Catherine, by getting people out to walk little walks around the local area, and it's kind of gone from strength to strength. And you've got so many ideas, and you've brought so much to the community that, I think you deserve a round of applause, because
thank you.
You work hard all the time, and it's a tough reach, isn't it? I mean, we've all done this kind of thing before. We've worked on the village hall, tried to get the village hall. And again, getting volunteers is a difficult task. So I think what you've done and what it's bringing is fantastic. And we just got to try and reach as many people. Now, I think the event on Friday with the newsletter and just what's on, book club and coffee mornings and whatever, giving them a leaflet so that they can take it away and think, oh, actually, I could make that date, might bring some extra people in. And I think it has brought a lot, and especially if we're doing the Shelf in Bloom, that will be fantastic if we can achieve that. And hopefully it'll be an annual thing. It would be nice to make it an annual thing, and we'll see how it goes this year. But it'll get people more interested in the community, and that's what we need, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, because we used to run classes at the Shelf Village Hall, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
And then obviously the pandemic came along and they closed that down. And the thing is, it's like, the reason I'm so passionate about all of this is because without people like you and Chaya, that I wouldn't be able to actually attend these things, because they're the people who come and give me a lift and take me there and all the rest of it. And I know that there's people like me out there that need that same sort of, because otherwise, although I've got family around me, I would be quite isolated, thank goodness for Zoom and the internet and all the rest of it. But I know how difficult life can be for people with mobility problems, or if they're elderly, or, all this sort of stuff. And that's what it was aimed at, really, to get these people socialising and not just stuck in their own house, because the pandemic was such a massive it just had a massive effect on so many people. And like, if you go on YouTube and you watch the TEDx talks about social isolation, it's saying that it is as bad for you now as smoking. It's really bad for your health. And that's why, like I say, I'm so passionate about it, because I just think that, we need to build a community again, and I just wish that we could get more younger people on board. But I understand why we can't. I understand that they're busy, that they have working lives, all the rest of it, and they're not lonely at the moment. But it would be nice if we could get those people more involved now. I mean,
if we're successful with the village hall, if the company is successful, hopefully we might be able to utilise some of the space there for some medical things. Maybe we wanted to run like mother and baby classes and all that sort of stuff, didn't we? And we just couldn't do it as volunteers. So hopefully, if Bluebird Care do manage to get the building, then that would be a fantastic partnership. And I'm really glad that they're going to be at the event on Friday. I think that'll be really good because we can really make a connection with them. And see that they genuinely want to take the building on, which would be fantastic if we could.
And I'm thrilled to bits that Millbank School came forward, got involved. I think that's fantastic. Because that is bringing in some of the younger people and again, children that with that have got disabilities and things. So it's good. It's good because it's all inclusive, and I just hope that it's well attended and that people enjoy it. It's going to be fun. I think it will be.
It's definitely.
I think it will. I think it will. Yeah, especially because they're going to get a free lunch, aren't
they? Soup and a sandwich.
That's lovely, and some cakes and tea and coffee.
Some cake. Absolutely, can't beat it.
Just to make sure it is a real health event, we've got some fruit as well.
Oh, good.
So sounds amazing. Well done, all of you, and to all the Wellbeing Group. I know you've got loads of other people behind the scenes doing a lot of work, but it's amazing. So really, the request is for people listening out there. If you know anybody, yourself, your family, elders in the family, youngsters, it's for everyone. Shelf is for everyone. The community is for everyone, and we can't do it on our own. We have to do it together. So any little that anybody can do, any time, resources, if it means sort of donating funds, if it means donating time, resources, if you've got a business in the area, if you've got a kind of school or any enterprise that you have in the area, get involved and support it. And I think it's so important in this day and age. I know I'm going to get boring now, but the NHS new 10-year plan that they're talking about, and all of this really is now, they're beginning to realize the importance of community. They're beginning to realize the value of local care, providing local care, providing local access, and bringing it local, not kind of further and further away, which they have been doing for years. So there's this whole plan. I hope it goes ahead. A lot of it sounds good to bring things more localized. Like you say, if things were happening at Shelf Village Hall, there would be a lot more belonging and sense of identity with Shelf rather than people kind of ignoring it, saying, we can go and do it in Halifax or Bradford or whatever. So I hopefully things are looking positive, and well done for what you're doing. It just shows what you can achieve when a group of people get together with a passion and purpose. And that's amazing. You don't need, many resources or whatever, funding or whatever. You can do things like Shelf in Bloom, like you say, you're already doing. So well done. And I shall be there on Friday and looking forward to it.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing you all there.
You've been watching the Community Wellbeing Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and join us next time for another episode.